Alright, what is going on? Day 3 of week 1 of block 1 of Nationals prep. And in this video I want to go ahead and talk about 3 major components that affect your performance outside of your training. And we all, or at least the majority of us, know what these 3 components are. However, I want to go ahead and share a little bit of knowledge as to how I like to think about these 3 components that affect our performance, and how you essentially can dictate which one is more important of the 3 and utilize that to your advantage based on your current situation. So what exactly is it that I mean by this? Alright, let me put into context. The 3 most important components outside of training. So we're assuming that training is being provided in the most optimal way possible, and we don't have to worry about that. So the 3 components: number 1, sleep. We obviously know that if we're not sleeping enough, we're not recovering enough, and therefore our performance with our training, whatever sport it is, will be affected. There are plenty of studies that show that lack of sleep actually leads to impaired motor unit recruitment. So number 1, sleep, recovery. It's very individual how much you need. However, again, studies have shown that anywhere between 5 and 9 hours of sleep is optimal. Obviously, that's pretty vague. So a general recommendation is 8 hours of sleep. If you're an elite level athlete in whatever sport it is that you play or compete in, perhaps you want to jump over to the 9 hours of sleep. However, for the most part, a good rule of thumb is try to get more sleep, or as much sleep as possible. So component number 2 is going to be nutrition. Eating adequate enough calories, macronutrients, micronutrients is essential. You absolutely want to make sure you're eating at least your BMR, or basal metabolic rate, worth of calories. So this number of calories is the number of calories that you need to function, to live, to do your everyday tasks. And then once we're ensuring that we're eating your BMR worth of calories, we would then bump that up to your TEE, or total energy expenditure worth of calories. So the amount of calories required based on your BMR, and also based on your level of activity and other anthropometric data such as your height, your weight, and your gender. So the final component to optimizing your performance is hydration. And hydration falls into the category of overall nutrition. However, it's important to consider hydration as a separate entity because of its vital importance. As most of us already know or don't know, our body is composed of about 65% worth of liquid or water. So it is important to maintain hydration, especially in times of high temperatures. So for example, here in the Central Valley, it's currently about 100, 102 degrees, where the highs are around 108, 110 right now during summer. Now that might not be so high compared to other locations. However, the fact remains, you need to make sure that you're staying hydrated. Hydration plays a key role within your electrolyte balance, and your electrolyte balance, specifically the micronutrients sodium, potassium, and zinc, are going to play a very important role with motor recruitment, neuron function. So those things will be important when it comes to training, neurological efficiency, and things of that nature. This is how I like to base their levels of the level of hierarchy. So if you have one of the 3 in check, you're at what I would consider good. If you have 2 of the 3 components, you're at what I would consider better. And if you're maintaining all 3, so if you're sleeping enough, if you're eating enough, and if you're hydrated enough, then you're at what I would consider best. So we go from good, better, best. Based on your lifestyle, you want to make sure you're at least getting 2 of the 3 components if you cannot get all 3. And that is the level of hierarchy that I like to recommend. Go ahead and give it a shot. See if this way of thinking helps you nail these 3 components a little bit better than what you're currently doing. And go ahead and post below if you found this video helpful. If you did, please make sure to share the video, and of course give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I'm trying to help out as many people as possible, so doing so will help the channel grow a lot. See you guys in the next one.